Hey, 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 welcome back to Spilling with Lee. I'm here to do the recap of The Valley, Season 2, Episode 3. Hope you all are doing well. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe to the channel and like the video and comment. Like, I want to engage with you all. So we want to have a good time. And I am also going to upload another video called The Weekly Spill. So it's going to be a little bit longer, and I'm just going to recap some other things that have happened this week, including things going on with Portia's divorce, what Portia said in Nashville about Angela's husband. We have to talk about that. What's going on with the Diddy trial, what's going on with Mia Thornton moving to Atlanta and maybe wanting to go on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. There's a few other things. So we're going to do a weekly spill. So you don't want to miss it. So make sure you, again, subscribe, get the notifications, like, comment, all the things, right? All the things. So we're going to dive into The Valley. So I really like The Valley. I love the show. I love all of the characters. And this episode did not disappoint once again. So this was, again, episode 3, the billionaire and the boys chat. This was interesting. So I want to just first start talking about Jax. So Jax is officially in rehab now, and he's checked himself into a mental health facility, following all of the encouragement from his friends and his family to do that. So the episode starts off with just Brittany just hoping that he stays in there and that he's not going to leave and that he's going to go through the process and everything. So he's off. And so now it's going to be interesting to see how this show will hold up without Jax there, because Jax is really the one who started the show. So, and he is the center of the show with all of the relationships. So this will be interesting to see how this is going to hold up. What do you all think? And I don't even know how the filming is going to work, like if Jax is expected to be back during this season, which I think he is. But how do you all think it's going to hold up, these episodes without Jax here? And I actually thought this was a good episode, so I think that it could definitely hold up. So also we see that Kristen is in the middle again of some controversy after making some allegations about Michelle's character, including claims of racism and homophobia. We know that had happened, and so there's still some tension between them. The accusations are actually hearsay, so we don't know if that's actually true, but there's still some tension, which explains why Kristen is Team Jesse, which we're going to see. So it's Janet's birthday, and she is having a birthday party at Dave & Buster's. She's very excited about Dave & Buster's. I personally cannot stand Dave & Buster's. Maybe as a mom of 2 boys that regularly visited Dave & Buster's and lost my boys and spent way too much money, the thought of going to Dave & Buster's for an adult party is just, I can't even imagine it. So anyway, but she's super excited, and it's actually really cute how excited she is and how she does not want anyone to mess up her Dave & Buster's birthday. So she did invite Kristen. Kristen kind of tried to play a little like coy when she got the call from Janet, like, I don't know, okay, I'll let you know. But Janet did a really good job of reaching out, inviting her. So I'm kind of hoping that this will be the start of them kind of pulling this back together and putting the past in the past, not letting Zach's feelings and comments get in the middle of this. And so Luke was there with her, and at first I thought Luke was kind of cringy or weird, but I kind of like them together. I think he balances her out really nicely. Because Kristen can be kind of mean, but he seems like he is pretty nice, and so I kind of like that. So the big part of the episode, they're all at Dave and Buster's, and the episode starts to center around the relationship of Jesse and Michelle. And I actually like this storyline because I'm so intrigued by Michelle. Like, I think I shared it on my TikTok video. And if you're not following me on TikTok, please follow me on TikTok. So, Michelle, because Michelle is like, I think she's beautiful, number one, but she can be so like cold and angry. And I'm like, where is all this coming from? Like, because I really don't see that in Jessie. Like, I'm sure Jessie has done some things to her, but like, there's just some really deep anger coming out of her. So I'm always just really intrigued by her emotions. So, they're all at Dave and Buster's, and a rumor begins to spread. Apparently, Jesse spreads a rumor in a men's group chat that they all have, alleging that Michelle is involved with a billionaire and getting $1,500 a night to sleep with him. So Danny tells, I think, Luke this, and Luke goes back and tells Brittany, and Brittany pulls Michelle to the side at Dave and Buster's to tell Michelle the rumor and what happened. So then they decide to call Dan, I forget Danny's wife's name. Anyway, Danny's wife over, and they're all talking about it. And then Danny's wife, I'm sorry, I'm sweating. Turn on the air. Danny's wife over to talk about this. And so, she's like, let's call Danny over. Let's get to the bottom of this. So they call Danny over, and he's just coming over all happy. And they say, listen, we heard about, Luke told me what was happening in the group chat, and we want to know, is it true? Did Jesse say this? And Michelle is just looking mortified, right? And then Danny is looking mortified as well. And they cut to his confessional, and he's just like, I'm in deep shit. Like, oh my God. So, like, what is he even supposed to say or do right now? So I kind of like love this episode, or this part, because it was just really interesting watching like how he was going to respond to this. So anyway, he he handled it well. Like, he didn't deny, lie. It was just awkward. And his wife is like, just, this is the moment. You need to just own up, own up. But I actually asked my husband, I paused this and I asked my husband, because I know my husband has some group chats with some of his friends, and he never shares anything with me in it. But if he did and I repeated it, I'm like, wouldn't you be mad at me? Even though I guess his wife didn't repeat it, but yeah, Luke told Brittany, like, dude. And so Danny went to Luke. I think Danny went first to Jesse and said, hey, this is what's happening. Jesse was very cool, calm, collected, like, okay, here we go, here we go. Jesse's excuse was that it was a rumor. He tried to kind of also use, like, we knew that there was a mole in the group chat, and now we know who the mole is. Like, Danny has been, taking information and spreading it. And so anyway, and then they're kind of like, dude, Luke, why would you do that? It's gonna blow up even more, because Luke definitely should not have gone and told Brittany. And so now this is going to be a big thing. So Michelle is crying. Like she's crying. And I'm kind of torn about this because I kind of feel like if I know something is definitely not true about me, like it's not even a possibility, and I heard that somebody said it, I would probably kind of laugh it off because I'm like, anybody who knows me knows that that's not true. Like it's laughable, right? But if I feel like there's some truth somewhere in it and I feel like I'm being exposed, I'm going to panic. And she was crying. Like, I get it. I've been through a divorce. I get it. Like, there are moments where you're just tired of drama or you're just ready for it to be over. So part of me could see like that might have been some of the emotion, just like, oh my gosh, why are we still doing this? So that could have been it. But I also would have just been like, you're such an asshole. Like, why would you say that? And move on. But she was like upset. Then she decided that she wanted to take a vote to get him kicked out of the house because they're doing a getaway, which from what I understand, it's Jesse's Airbnb. Like he's the one who booked it and planned it and did all the things. And she's trying to get him voted out. And so, of course, some people are like, yes, you got my vote, Michelle. I'm with you. That was wrong. He should not have done that. Kristen was like, hold up. No, I am Team Jesse. And she made a good point. She's like, it's his account. It's his Verbo. Like he's the one who started all of this. Like we can't kick him out. Yes, we can. We can have him go to a hotel. That's crazy. You sound stupid. You go to the hotel. But she's just trying to get people against him. And I get it. I mean, divorce is like messy and petty and can be all the things. And so this is just part of it. So yeah, but so the episode ends with Michelle just crying, just breaking out in tears because she's realizing she's not going to get all of the votes to have him kicked out of the house. And she's just so miserable. So that is just a quick recap of the Valley. So next week, we will see what happens with the house, what happens with this chat, if Jesse and Michelle will just come to a better place. I actually saw an interview with Jesse and Carlos King, and I actually thought it was a great interview. He was very mature. He explained a lot about his marriage and the breakdown of the marriage with Michelle. And it really made a lot of sense because he talked about they had a baby during COVID while everyone was sequestered or secluded and, what I can't think of the word. And, everyone was alone. Why can't I think of the word? I have not sipped my coffee yet. So, anyway, quarantine. I told you I just needed a little bit of coffee. So, everyone was quarantined and she had a baby. Um, he could barely be in the hospital when she had the baby. They get home, they're quarantined more. They're not getting, parents coming over, support, friends coming over, casseroles dropped off. Like they're having to do everything in this new crazy world where everyone was locked down. And he mentioned that was kind of the beginning of the end. It was just a hard space. And I completely understood what he said, and I couldn't imagine because having a baby can all it's a beautiful thing, but there are moments where you could feel very alone and afraid, and to not have a support system like regularly checking on you, you're not sleeping right, like you're delusional. There could have been some resentment building up because I think he said he had to go back to work, and she had to stay there and take care of the baby with no other support or people coming over. And that kind of built up some resentment there. So I can honestly see how that could, they just couldn't bounce back from it, um, especially in an early marriage. So it made me understand her better, and maybe why there is clearly some resentment there. So check out that Carlos King interview. It was really good with Jesse. And he also addressed the finances, because she's mentioned several times that he doesn't help me out financially at all. When he's just like, we had a 50-50 company, all the money was there, like split down the middle, the economy is bad. Like, he didn't say it's true, he didn't say she was lying, but clearly there's something more to that story. And he didn't speak badly about Michelle at all, so it was a really great interview. And he kind of understood, this is her reality. And he apologized about the rumor. It wasn't true. She is dating and maybe even engaged. I know, living with somebody. And he was like, she's really happy, and I'm happy that she's happy. So it was a very mature interview. I wish I had done it. But anyway, so be sure to check that out. Be sure to subscribe, like, comment, all the things on my channel. Check me out on TikTok, Spilling with Lee. And I will see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.